today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos versus Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. Football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They go play action with Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Jameis to throw it. Gets this one to Hill. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Now a toss. 7 catches, 93 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
They'll try the left side. Huntley looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. 1st down, Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Throwing, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Down on the year, and the Saints have taken the early lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. They will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Play action. It's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 3 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
And that gives him 9 for the season, and I've been around the game long enough to know this. 10 is the benchmark number. All right, people want to get to there because that really signifies that you've had the year that you've been looking for and also gives you respect around the league.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson escaping the pressure. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 2nd down, Huntley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll run it here with Huntley. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Jameis now on first down.
That's complete to Troutman right side.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on second down. Winston. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll run with Hill, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Huntley, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Winston now from the 50. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. So we have reached halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They go play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Draymond Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 2nd down now, Huntley. And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On the run, it's Huntley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A run with Huntley.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play. Who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They're going to run with Taysom Hill. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Here's Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Saints defense, we watch them get set to go. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know, guys on defense, They say the turnovers, the offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Huntley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, Huntley. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's the occasional ball carrier. It's Taysom Hill. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Thomas has got it, complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll run on first down. Huntley, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They go again with Huntley, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Denver's offense ready to go again. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half. No quarter. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned.
Touchdown, Broncos! Albert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for New Orleans, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to